Chosen one, have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift the moment you arrived? Have you noticed how some people suddenly become uncomfortable around you, even though you haven't said a word? That's not your imagination. That's not coincidence. That's your spiritual aura at work. This message has reached you now, not by accident, but because you were meant to hear it at this exact point in your journey. This is God's message for you. And if you're truly one of the chosen ones, then what you're about to hear will resonate deep in your spirit. It will unlock answers to questions you didn't even know you were carrying. Your presence alone is a force, not because of what you do outwardly, but because of who you are spiritually. You've been chosen by God, and that means your aura carries a vibration that disturbs darkness. It carries light that exposes lies. It carries power that disrupts every low-level energy trying to hide. That's why you've been experiencing strange reactions, unexplainable resistance, or even silent attacks. You've been in spiritual warfare without even realizing it, and your aura has been fighting on your behalf. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not under attack because you did something wrong. You are being targeted because you're carrying something right, something divine. The truth is, your aura is not just some mystical glow. It's divine technology. It's a spiritual weapon. It's how God marked you in the spirit realm long before you even knew your purpose. That's why certain people couldn't stay in your life. That's why fake friends fell off. That's why toxic environments became unbearable. Your light made their darkness nervous. Your very existence was disrupting everything they tried to keep hidden. And now that you're rising into awareness of who you truly are, your aura is only getting stronger. Many of you have been wondering why you're so tired after being around certain people, why you feel drained in public spaces, why people randomly project negativity toward you. Let me tell you, it's because their energy doesn't match yours. It's because your aura is purifying, cleansing, and shaking things that were never meant to be near you. They feel it even if they don't understand it. They react to you not because of your appearance, but because of your assignment. You were chosen by God to carry something rare, and rare things are always heavily protected, heavily guarded, and heavily attacked. But the beauty is this: you don't have to fight in the way the world fights. Your aura is already doing the work. Your alignment with the divine is already setting things into motion. Every time you walk in purpose, every time you speak truth, every time you stay silent instead of reacting to evil, you are killing negative energy without even lifting a finger. This is the spiritual truth they never told you. And if you've made it here, it means you're ready to step into your role with more authority, more clarity, and more confidence than ever before. Comment 707 below if your spirit is already confirming this message within you. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Tap the bell icon so you never miss these divine truths, and share this message with someone else you know is walking the path of a chosen one. Because we are not many, but we are powerful. And now it's time to rise. What is the spiritual aura of a chosen one? The spiritual aura of a chosen one is not something ordinary. It's not just about good vibes or being a positive person. No, it's far more powerful, far more ancient, and far more divine. Your aura is a radiant field of energy, but for a chosen one, it is a divine frequency, a spiritual signature that marks you as set apart, assigned, and protected by God. It's the invisible yet undeniable presence that surrounds you and speaks even when you don't say a word. People feel it, spirits respond to it, and darkness trembles before it. When you are chosen by God, your aura isn't just light, it's truth. It exposes lies. It unsettles spirits. It awakens those who are sleeping and disturbs those who are hiding. That's why some people are drawn to you instantly, and others avoid you without ever getting to know you. Your aura doesn't lie. It reflects your soul's purity, your spiritual authority, and your alignment with the divine. Even in silence, your energy speaks a message. I am chosen, I am called, and I am covered. You may have noticed that animals trust you quickly, children stare at you, strangers confess their stories to you without even knowing why. These are not random events, they are spiritual confirmations. Your aura attracts truth because it carries divine resonance, and with that, it also repels anything false, manipulative, or demonic. This isn't just about people, this is about spirits. The atmosphere reacts when a chosen one walks in. Energy gets disturbed, conversations shift, tension arises, and all of it happens before you even open your mouth. Many of you have been told you're too sensitive, too intense, too quiet, or too much. But in reality, it's your aura that's being sensed. It's your light being misunderstood. The world is not used to this level of purity. Your aura carries a spiritual frequency that most people have never felt before, and when they don't know how to handle it, they either cling to it or flee from it. Both are signs that your energy is doing exactly what it was designed to do: reveal, repel, and refine. When you're truly aligned with God, your aura becomes sharper, stronger, and more defined. It becomes a shield that guards you, and a sword that cuts through deception. You might think you're just walking through life, but your aura is leading, cleansing, protecting, and waging war in unseen realms. That's why the enemy fears you. That's why people try to dim your light. That's why you've been under pressure, because your very energy is a divine disruption to evil plans. This is not something you can fake or force. The chosen one aura comes from walking with God, going through the fire, and still choosing the light. It's the result of spiritual battles, brokenness, healing, and obedience. It's the mark of someone who has been refined by God and now carries the evidence of heaven in their very being. So the next time someone looks at you strangely, gets uncomfortable in your presence, or treats you like a threat for no reason, remember, it's not about you. It's about the divine force within you. Your aura is not just light. It is sacred energy, sealed by God, and it is doing exactly what it was sent to do. God's message: why your aura is disrupting the darkness. Chosen one, here's what you need to understand clearly. Your spiritual aura is not neutral. It carries divine voltage. It moves with heavenly force. When you walk into a room, you don't just enter physically, you enter spiritually. Your aura doesn't just exist, it commands, it convicts, and it cleanses. This isn't arrogance. This is spiritual truth. Your aura disrupts darkness because it was created to do exactly that. And that disruption is part of God's message for your life. When God marked you, He didn't just place favor on your head. He placed light in your spirit. That light is active. That light is confrontational. That light is holy. It doesn't need your permission to work. It doesn't wait for your awareness to activate. From the moment you were spiritually awakened, your aura began repelling darkness like a divine force field. Some people might call it intuition. Others might say you carry a presence. But what they're really sensing is the radiance of God flowing through you. And darkness can't remain hidden in that light. This is why certain people are unsettled around you. It's not personal, it's spiritual. Your energy begins to stir up what they tried to keep buried. Your frequency disrupts their illusions. They feel the weight of your truth without you having to speak a word. And so they react. They gossip. They attack. They distance themselves. But don't be confused. Those reactions are not signs of your weakness. They are signs of your power. Your presence is doing what it's meant to do. Disturb the shadows and bring truth into the room. God's message for you is this: stop shrinking. Stop second-guessing your energy. Stop apologizing for your presence. You are not here to fit in. You are here to pierce the atmosphere. Your aura is a divine weapon, crafted by heaven to shift spaces, awaken souls, and uproot demonic influence. You were not just chosen to be loved, you were chosen to be light. And real light doesn't ask permission to shine. It simply reveals what was hiding in the dark. Darkness is never comfortable around authenticity. Demons are never calm in the presence of divine order. Your aura is not just a reflection of your personality, it is a reflection of your alignment with God. The closer you walk with Him, the stronger your spiritual vibration becomes. That's why the warfare gets more intense. That's why the attacks increase when you grow. You're not under attack because you're weak. You're under attack because you're effective. Your light has become a threat to every lie, every scheme, every low-level spirit assigned to stop your purpose. And still, God has protected you. That's why you're still standing. That's why you've outlasted what was meant to break you. You didn't just survive, your aura evolved. It got sharper, it got stronger. And now, just your presence carries the ability to destroy spiritual strongholds. You were chosen by God not just to speak truth, but to embody it. Chosen one, understand this clearly. You are the disruption. You are the one who breaks cycles, exposes agendas, and carries divine change wherever you go. So stop dimming, stop hiding. Let the darkness be uncomfortable. Let the enemies tremble. Let the fake fall away. That's not your burden to carry. That's your aura doing what it was designed to do. This is God's message to you. You're not just walking through life, you're walking with a divine assignment on your name. You're not just glowing, you're glowing with fire from heaven. Comment 404:4. If you feel this truth waking something up inside of you, let the darkness flee because the chosen one has arrived. Spiritual warfare is real. You've been fighting without knowing it. Chosen one, there's a battle you've been fighting your whole life and you didn't even know it. While others were sleeping through life, your spirit was already engaged in warfare. You've walked through situations that broke others, but you survived. You faced betrayal, loss, spiritual attacks, and emotional storms that you couldn't explain. And through it all, something in you kept going. That wasn't just resilience, that was spiritual warfare, and you've been a soldier in it since the beginning. Many of the struggles you thought were just bad luck or personal failure were actually strategic attacks from the enemy. You were targeted not because you were weak, but because you were powerful. You were marked early, because even before you understood who you were, the darkness could already sense the calling on your life. The spirits that recognized Jesus weren't just in temples, they were in people, in places, in systems. The same is true with you. Darkness recognized your light long before you saw it yourself. This is why people randomly turn against you. This is why you often feel drained after certain conversations. This is why chaos seems to follow you right when you're about to rise. These are not accidents. These are reactions. Your aura is doing spiritual work, whether you realize it or not. Every time you forgive when it hurts, every time you walk away instead of retaliating, every time you choose faith over fear, you're winning battles in the spirit realm that others can't even see. The warfare isn't always dramatic. It's not always loud. Sometimes it's the inner tug you feel to isolate, to give up, to question yourself. Other times it's the attack on your reputation, your health, your sleep, your peace. The enemy can't steal your purpose, so he tries to wear you down. He hopes you'll lay it down yourself. But the fact that you're still here, still searching for truth, still watching this message, that's proof he failed. He tried, but God kept you covered. Chosen one, you've been in training. That warfare wasn't random. It refined you. It taught you discernment. It sharpened your spiritual senses. It forced you to pray deeper, to walk wiser, to cut off what wasn't aligned. And now, you're no longer fighting blindly. You're waking up. You're becoming conscious of the battlefield around you. And that awareness is your first weapon. Understand this. The enemy doesn't waste time on the average. He only targets those who pose a threat to his agenda. If you felt the weight of consistent opposition, take it as confirmation. You're not cursed. You're called. You're not weak. You're watched. Heaven has assigned angels to guard you, and hell has tried everything to stop you. But no weapon formed against you has prospered, and it won't, as long as you stay aligned. This is your moment to shift from surviving to commanding. You are not just in the fight. You are winning it. And now that you see what's been happening, you can pray differently. You can walk boldly. You can speak with fire. Because now you know, spiritual warfare is real, and you've been built to conquer it. Comment 9999 if you know now that you've been fighting battles most people don't even see, and still, you rise. Why negative energy reacts so strongly to the chosen one. Aura chosen one, you've probably asked yourself more than once. Why do some people act strange around you? Why do strangers give you side eyes? Why do old friends suddenly shift their energy when you start glowing spiritually? The answer is deeper than human behavior. It's spiritual, it's energetic, and it has everything to do with your aura. Your aura carries divine truth. It is not just an energy field. It is a living, breathing signal of who you are in the spirit realm. You've been chosen by God, and that divine selection radiates from you, whether you realize it or not. This spiritual light that you carry, it makes darkness panic. It makes unclean spirits restless. It reveals the unseen. That's why people with hidden intentions get uncomfortable in your presence. It's not you they're reacting to, it's what you carry. Negative energy cannot coexist peacefully with your aura. It either flees or fights. There is no middle ground. You might not say a word, but your silence speaks volumes. Your presence forces demons to tremble and pretenders to retreat. This is why gossip follows you. This is why spiritual warfare intensifies when you walk into alignment. You don't just exist, you confront. And confrontation makes weak spirits squirm. The reason certain people grow distant or act cold when you elevate spiritually is because their inner demons don't want to be exposed. Your aura acts like a divine scanner. It picks up on intentions, it disrupts fake frequencies, and it cancels manipulative energy. People carrying hidden jealousy, secret resentment, or undealt with trauma, they feel pierced by your light, and instead of healing, they choose to distance themselves. That's not rejection, that's spiritual cleansing. Many of you have tried to dim your light just to keep the peace. You've tried to water down your truth so people wouldn't feel threatened. You've lowered your energy to avoid standing out. But chosen one, that's not your assignment. You weren't placed on this earth to blend in with spiritual confusion. You were sent to cut through it. Your aura was designed to shift atmospheres, not adapt to them. Let the discomfort happen. Let the tension rise. That's how you know the divine in you is doing its work. And here's what you must remember. This reaction from negative energy is not a curse. It's confirmation. It's proof that your spiritual weapon is functioning. You don't have to argue. You don't have to explain. You don't have to force people to understand you. Your aura already spoke. Your presence already declared the truth. And the darkness heard it loud and clear. Chosen by God, your life carries a holy frequency. It's not just about what you say. It's about how you show up. And every time you step into a place, that frequency goes before you. It exposes. It purifies. It cleanses. This is why the enemy targets you. This is why some people can't look you in the eye. This is why others try to mimic you but can't match the essence. Because what you have can't be copied. It's God-given, and it terrifies the darkness. So stop apologizing for reactions you didn't cause. Stop taking responsibility for people being offended by your existence. You're not the problem. You're the proof. You are the evidence that God's light is still walking on the earth. Let them react. Let them retreat. Let them reveal themselves. Your aura is doing exactly what it was created to do. Destroy what cannot survive the truth. You're not cursed. You're spiritually activated. Chosen one, let's get one thing clear right now. You are not cursed. That heaviness you've been carrying, the constant opposition you faced, the strange patterns that seem to follow you, those aren't signs that something is wrong with you. They are signs that something has been awakened in you. You're not broken. You're not unlucky. You are spiritually activated, and that activation has changed everything around you. Many of you have been walking around thinking, why does everything feel so intense for me? Why do I attract so many battles? Why do people treat me like I'm the problem? These questions haunt the chosen ones who haven't yet realized they're walking with a spiritual signal that others can't ignore. When you've been spiritually activated, your frequency changes. You no longer vibrate on the level of average. You don't blend into the background. You start to shine. And when light starts to shine, darkness starts to move. That movement feels like attack, but it's really just revelation. The moment you started walking in truth, your life stopped being about comfort and became about calling. That's when the pressure came in. That's when old friends turned distant. That's when your health started shifting, when your sleep became restless, when your peace started getting tested. That wasn't punishment. That was God stirring the anointing in you. He wasn't harming you, He was activating you. See, curses bring destruction, but activation brings disruption. Curses tear you down, but activation shakes what needs to fall so you can rise. What looked like chaos was actually your environment being realigned. That job that didn't work out, that relationship that crumbled, that betrayal that broke your heart. Those weren't curses, they were awakenings. Each one peeled back a layer of your old self. Each one pushed you closer to purpose. Each one revealed who was really for you and who was sent to delay you. The pain you've been through is proof that something bigger is taking place. You've been under divine training, and just like a soldier can't stay in comfort if they're meant for battle, a chosen one can't remain asleep when they've been called to shift spiritual realms. God had to wake you up. And that awakening doesn't feel gentle. It feels like everything is falling apart, but in truth, everything is falling into place. You were never meant to live a normal life. That's why the usual routes never worked for you. That's why you felt like an outsider even in crowds. That's why your emotions have always run deep, your dreams always felt vivid, and your inner world always felt bigger than what you could explain. You weren't being cursed. You were being prepared. Your aura was getting stronger. Your discernment was being sharpened. Your heart was being purified. It's time you stop seeing yourself as a victim and start seeing yourself as chosen. You're not being punished, you're being trusted. God trusted you enough to awaken you. He trusted you enough to reveal truth to you that others aren't ready to hear. He trusted you enough to carry the weight of being different, not because He wanted you to suffer, but because He knew you could survive it and rise. Chosen one, your spiritual activation has made you a threat to every force that wants to keep people asleep. That's why the attacks came. That's why the pressure mounted. That's why people tried to label you, shame you, silence you, but they failed. Because you're still here, still chosen, still rising. So lift your head, stand in your truth, declare it with boldness. I'm not cursed, I'm activated, I'm aligned, I'm anointed, and I'm ready. Because once you know who you are, nothing and no one can convince you otherwise. How to strengthen your aura spiritually chosen. 1. Your aura is already powerful because you've been chosen by God. But power that isn't nurtured can weaken over time. Just like your body needs nourishment to stay strong, your spiritual aura needs intentional care to grow, sharpen, and protect its divine radiance. You were never meant to walk around spiritually drained. You were meant to walk with overflow. And to do that, you must understand how to strengthen the light that surrounds you. First, protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. Peace is not just an emotion, it's a spiritual frequency. It's the sound of alignment between you and heaven. When your spirit is at peace, your aura expands. It becomes clearer. It vibrates higher. That's why the enemy works overtime to disturb your mind, distract your focus, and pollute your environment. He knows if he can't take your calling, he'll try to cloud your energy. Don't let him. Choose silence over chaos. Choose solitude when your soul asks for rest. Choose truth over the comfort of denial. Every time you choose peace, your aura gets stronger. Prayer is your lifeline, not as a ritual, but as a relationship. When you speak to God from your spirit, your aura becomes rooted in something eternal. You don't need long, fancy words. You need honesty, sincerity, openness. Your aura grows in clarity when your soul is connected in conversation with the one who created you. That divine link charges your spiritual battery. You might feel weak in your body, but your energy becomes undeniable when your spirit is in daily contact with God. Fasting, even in simple forms, clears spiritual static. It's not about starvation, it's about surrender. It silences the noise of the flesh so the whispers of the spirit can become louder. A fast could be from food, from distractions, from conversations, or even from social noise. When you fast with intention, your aura becomes lighter, cleaner, more intense. That's why spiritual attacks often rise during fasting. It means your light is burning through hidden layers of darkness. You must also cleanse your environment. Not every place is safe for your spirit. Not every person deserves access to your presence. Your aura absorbs the energy around you, and if you're not careful, you'll begin carrying weight that doesn't belong to you. Cleanse your space with prayer, with sound, with scripture, with truth. Burn what needs to go, whether it's old items, toxic memories, or clutter that holds trauma. Make your space a sanctuary. Your aura needs it. Speak life over yourself. Words are power, and the chosen one must learn to speak with spiritual intelligence. Every word you say echoes into your aura. Speak light, not lack. Speak healing, not harm. Declare what God said about you, even when your emotions don't agree. Your aura listens, and when you speak with authority, it expands with confidence. Spiritual grounding is another key. Walk barefoot on the earth, touch trees, breathe deeply, disconnect from digital noise and reconnect with creation. Nature recognizes the chosen. It restores you, it calms the storms in your mind, it reminds your aura of the balance and rhythm of divine flow. And lastly, be careful who you allow to speak into your life. Words are seeds, and some are sent to weaken you in disguise. Not everyone can handle the spiritual weight you carry. Some people look harmless but carry energy that slowly drains you. If someone leaves you feeling confused, small, anxious, or spiritually cluttered after every interaction, step back. Your aura is too precious to waste on emotional parasites. Chosen one, the more intentional you are with your spiritual practices, the more unstoppable your aura becomes. You don't need to beg for power. You already have it. You just need to honor it, protect it, feed it. The isolation phase. Why God separates you before He elevates you. Chosen one, let's talk about the part of the journey that most people don't understand. The isolation, the silence, the separation. This phase often feels the most painful, the most confusing, and yet it is one of the most sacred steps in your spiritual elevation. If you've been feeling disconnected from people, misunderstood by family, or distant from old friends, you're not being abandoned, you're being positioned. God separates His warriors before He elevates them, not out of punishment, but out of protection. Before David became king, he was hidden in the fields. Before Joseph stepped into power, he was thrown into a pit and left in a prison. Before Jesus began His ministry, He was led into the wilderness alone. The pattern is clear. Elevation requires isolation. Why? Because God needs to quiet the noise around you so He can prepare the voice within you. In isolation, God strips away distractions. He removes the masks from people you thought would be with you forever. He reveals who's loyal to your soul versus who's loyal to your comfort. And it hurts. It feels like everyone is walking away. But in truth, it's God clearing the room. Your aura is growing too bright to be surrounded by those who would dim it. Your spirit is too sensitive to be entangled with energies that no longer match your frequency. This phase is necessary because clarity can't come through chaos. When God is about to elevate a chosen one, He starts separating them from the familiar. He'll pull you out of circles you've outgrown. He'll shut doors you kept trying to reopen. He'll allow situations to end that you begged Him to fix. And it's not because He wants to see you lonely. It's because He's building something in you that requires full spiritual attention. Your character, your discernment, your authority. These things don't grow in crowds. They grow in consecration. During isolation, your aura becomes purified. It sheds what's not you. It detoxes what was planted by others. And though your phone might stop ringing, your spirit starts receiving. You begin to hear God more clearly. You start noticing signs you once ignored. You become spiritually awake in ways that no one else around you understands. That's not insanity, that's transformation. It's in this season that you must resist the urge to go backward. Loneliness will tempt you to reconnect with what's familiar. But remember, familiar doesn't mean safe. Some people from your past are connected to the version of you that God has already buried. Going back to them would mean resurrecting what God already released. Don't do it. Let the isolation finish its work. Chosen one, elevation is coming. But God doesn't elevate what isn't ready. He elevates what has been refined, what has been tested, what has been separated, stretched, and surrendered. Your isolation is a divine pause before the release. It's the spiritual cocoon before the wings unfold. Trust it. You're not losing your mind. You're not cursed. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. And soon, those who couldn't recognize your value in the wilderness will witness your rise in the light. Stay in the process. Your separation is not your end. It's your preparation. When people start falling away, your aura is doing the work. Chosen one, don't be alarmed when people start falling away from your life without explanation. Don't panic when the ones you thought would always be there begin to distance themselves. Don't chase after those who leave without a word. This is not rejection. This is spiritual alignment. This is your aura doing what it was designed to do. Clean house. As your spiritual aura grows stronger, it starts to filter out everything and everyone that no longer serves your divine purpose. People who were comfortable with you in your lower frequency can't stand the light you're now walking in. You don't have to argue with them. You don't need to beg for loyalty. Your energy does the talking, and if they can't handle the vibration of truth, they will remove themselves, or God will do it for them. This is one of the most misunderstood phases in the life of the chosen. You think something's wrong with you. You wonder why your phone is quiet, why the invitations stopped, why the energy has shifted with certain people. But let me tell you plainly, your aura has become too powerful for their comfort zone. It reveals too much. It convicts without a word. It reminds them of what they're avoiding, and that spiritual discomfort forces them to withdraw. Understand, not everyone who starts with you is meant to finish with you. Some were only assigned to a season, and that season is over. Others were never aligned at all. They were simply attached to your kindness, to your light, to your patience. But once your discernment sharpened, once you stopped pouring into dead soil, their access to you began to fade. That's not cruelty, that's growth. The more you elevate, the more your spirit becomes magnetic to the truth and repellent to falsehood. People with hidden agendas, manipulative spirits, or jealousy they've tried to hide, your aura exposes them. You don't need to do anything extra. Your walk with God has already become a spiritual spotlight, and those who can't stand in that light will find the nearest exit. Let them. Chosen one, don't mourn what God is removing. Don't chase after what your energy has outgrown. Comment 333 if you've seen this happening in your life, and you now know it's your aura, not your fault. Release them in peace. Bless them in silence, and continue forward with boldness. Because as people fall away, you make room for what is real, for what is divine, for who is sent by God, and not just drawn to your light, but ready to grow in it with you. Let the separation happen. Your aura is doing the work. Final proofs. You were always chosen. Chosen one, it's time you finally see the truth that's been following you since birth. You didn't stumble into this path. You didn't randomly become spiritually aware. You didn't just wake up one day and decide to be different. The truth is, you were always different. You were always marked. You were always chosen by God. And the signs have been there all along. You just didn't know how to read them. Look back over your life. You were never like the others. Even in childhood, you felt things deeply. You saw through people even when they wore smiles. You had a sense of knowing, a spiritual sensitivity that no one taught you. You weren't just emotional, you were spiritually tuned. That wasn't just imagination, it was discernment. You were picking up frequencies, reading energies, sensing truths that others ignored. You were being trained without even realizing it. Your loneliness wasn't just circumstantial. It was divine protection. God hid you in plain sight. While others moved in crowds, you often found yourself alone, not because you weren't lovable, but because your spirit was too rare to be handled carelessly. Every rejection was really a redirection. Every delay was actually divine timing. Every painful ending was preparing you for the beginning you couldn't yet see. You weren't meant to follow the herd. That's why conformity never felt right. That's why the jobs, the relationships, the routines, they never fully fit. You tried, but something inside you always resisted the mold. That was your spirit remembering who you are. That was your divine assignment whispering, "This is not your path." And even when you ignored it, even when you tried to silence it, the calling always came back stronger. Chosen ones don't look chosen in the beginning. They look like misfits, black sheep, outsiders. But that's the disguise God often places on his most powerful vessels. He allows them to be overlooked by man so they can be trained by heaven. He keeps them hidden while he builds them in silence. Because when they finally rise, it's not from popularity, it's from purpose. Your life hasn't been easy because your calling is heavy. Your battles have been brutal because your destiny is massive. You were attacked early, misunderstood often, and isolated repeatedly because the enemy knew what was on your life. He saw it before you did. That's why he tried to break your spirit before you even learned how to fight. But he failed, because here you are, still breathing, still seeking, still rising. The proof that you were always chosen isn't in how many people supported you. It's in how many times you should have fallen, but didn't. It's in the fact that even when you were at your lowest, something sacred still held you together. That was God's hand. That was divine grace. That was the evidence that you were never alone, even in your wilderness. Chosen one, don't wait for the world to validate what God has already stamped on your soul. You were always different for a reason, always sensitive for a purpose, always distant for your protection. The signs were never the problem. It was the world that lacked the language to explain them. Now you know. You weren't overlooked, you were preserved. You weren't rejected, you were reserved. And you weren't broken, you were built for this. Final transmission. You're not just a light. You're a spiritual weapon. Chosen one, this is your final reminder, not just for today, but for every battle you're going to face moving forward. You are not just a gentle light meant to bring comfort. You are not here just to inspire or uplift. You are a spiritual weapon forged by the hands of God himself. Your aura is not passive. It is a divine force, and everywhere you go, it is doing something powerful. Clearing paths, exposing darkness, destroying lies, and shifting destinies. You carry heaven in your presence. This is why you feel everything so deeply, why the attacks have been relentless, why you were broken down, isolated, and pressed on every side. Because light alone is not enough in this generation. God didn't just give you light, he turned that light into fire. A fire that consumes demonic energy. A fire that doesn't ask for permission. A fire that cannot be stopped by fear, hatred, or opposition. That fire lives in you now. That's why no matter how tired you get, you don't quit. No matter how much you cry, you don't break. Because the weapon isn't just around you, it is you. You were trained through pain, forged in rejection, refined in silence. Every dark night, every silent season, every betrayal carved a sharper edge into your spirit. What once broke you now built you, and what was meant to destroy you actually unlocked the very power the enemy was afraid of. You are walking proof that God takes the rejected and raises them as warriors. He takes the misfits and crowns them as spiritual leaders. Don't let the softness of your heart fool you. You are fierce in the spirit. You walk with anointing. You carry authority. You don't just survive the storm, you silence it. Your prayers are not weak